When you think of a bat, what's the first image that pops into your head? For most of us, it's probably dark caves, maybe some spooky old movies. They're these super mysterious creatures of the night, and let's be honest, they've gotten a pretty bad rap for centuries.
And this isn't anything new. I mean, this idea goes way, way back. Historically, we've connected them to basically everything we're afraid of. The dark, the unknown, even the supernatural. It's a really powerful image, and it has stuck around for a long time.
But here's the big question. What if that entire narrative, that whole story, is just wrong? What if the story we've been telling ourselves about bats actually says a lot more about our own fears than it does about the bats themselves? So that's what we're going to dig into today, the real story of these silent guardians.
To really get it, we've got to start with why we see them this way. It all begins with the role they play, not in nature, but inside our own heads, as these creatures of myth.
You know, when you boil it down, our fear isn't based on facts or evidence. It's symbolic. Because they come out when we're asleep, in the dark, and they look so different from anything we're used to, they've kind of become this blank canvas for all our anxieties. We don't really fear the animal. We fear what it represents to us.
So let's flip the script from myth to reality. Because once you look past all that folklore, you find something amazing. What we see as strange is actually a collection of incredible evolutionary superpowers that have made bats the undisputed masters of the night.
Okay, just think about this for a second. Bats are the only mammals on the entire planet that can actually fly. Not just glide, but true powered flight. And their wings? They're nothing like a bird's. They're literally hands, with these super long, thin fingers all connected by a membrane of skin. I mean, they are flying with their hands. It's just an unbelievable adaptation.
So, how in the world do you fly and hunt with pinpoint accuracy in total pitch-black darkness? Well, you basically invent your own biological sonar. It's called echolocation, and it's easily one of the most sophisticated sensory tools in the entire animal kingdom. And this is how this incredible system works. The bat shoots out these high-frequency sounds, and then it just listens. It listens for the echoes that bounce back. And from those echoes, it builds this incredibly detailed 3D map of its surroundings inside its brain. It's so crazy precise it can tell the size, the speed, and the exact direction of a tiny little mosquito from yards away. It's literally like seeing with sound. Now, these amazing abilities aren't just for show. They allow bats to do a job that is absolutely vital for ecosystems all over the planet. You could call them nature's unseen and totally unpaid workforce. Every single night, millions upon millions of bats fly out and eat insects. We're talking thousands of bugs per bat per night. This isn't just dinner for them, it's a critical environmental service they're providing for free. So, what's that service really worth? Well, when you add up the value of all the crops they save and all the chemical pesticides farmers don't need to spray, the economic impact is just staggering. We are talking about a free service for U.S. agriculture worth billions of dollars every single year. And the payoff is huge, right? By eating all those bugs, they're protecting our food supply. By chowing down on mosquitoes, they help control the spread of disease. And by doing all that, they reduce our need to dump chemicals all over the environment. It's a win-win-win. But it's not just about insects. In other parts of the world, especially in the tropics, you've got bats that eat fruit and nectar. And these guys are essential pollinators and seed dispersers. They're basically the night shift gardeners for the rainforest, keeping countless plant species alive. So we have these incredible animals, providing billions of dollars in ecological services. You'd think that's where the story ends, but there's a really tragic twist. The real threat, it turns out, isn't from bats to us. It's the other way around. Our hero is in serious trouble. This completely flips the script on who's a danger to whom. We're so worried about getting diseases from bats, but the actual statistical risk to any one person, it's incredibly, incredibly low. The much bigger, much more real danger is the one they face from us, and a lot of that comes from simple misunderstanding. And it's not just one thing, it's a perfect storm of threats. We're destroying their homes, climate change is messing with their food sources, and then you have devastating diseases like white nose syndrome, which has killed millions and millions of them. And holding all that up is that widespread misinformation we started with. Now here's the part that makes this all so much worse, what makes them so vulnerable. Most bat species give birth to only one pup a year. Just one, that's it. So when their populations get wiped out by all these threats,
It takes them an incredibly long time to recover, if they can recover at all.
So, all of this brings us to a new perspective that we absolutely have to adopt. We need to stop looking at bats through the old, dusty lens of myth and fear and start seeing them for who they really are, the guardians of our planet's ecological balance.
And this right here just sums it all up perfectly. When we finally push that fear aside and just look at the evidence, their true nature comes shining through. They aren't monsters at all. They are essential, critical partners in the global ecosystem.
In the end, protecting bats isn't just some abstract conservation goal. It's really about recognizing that we're all connected. Their health is directly tied to the health of our forests, our farms, and our own communities. Their hidden work helps sustain the very systems that make our own lives possible. And that just leaves us with this one last thought, right? For centuries, we saw a monster where there was actually a hero this whole time. It really makes you wonder, if we got the story this wrong about bats, what other misunderstood, essential guardians of the natural world are we completely failing to see right now?